Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I like taking commissions because it allows me to occasionally build things like this, that are just gorgeous. This isn't one of my oldest commissions, but it's one I've had for a little bit of time now, and I've just been trying to find the time for, and I finally was able to, largely as a result of the Monday Mod Tips series, because people, of course, one of the first things people requested were tips on how to do flywheels, and since this has pretty much every possible step in it, for Stryfes anyway, I decided to film all of the steps of building this as Monday Mod Tips. So there won't be a build guide on this. You'll get to see all of the build steps in Monday Mod Tips once I start doing the Flywheel series, which should be next season. But as a basic overview, it's got a full auto kit in it. It's running 180s. I believe they are Helverines or Wolverines. It's got a gold canted flywheel cage and blue aluminum flywheels. It'll eventually be running off a 3S LiPo. I unfortunately do not have a 3S LiPo. The biggest LiPo I have is a 2S. So I'm going to do a test firing video, but do understand that it should be much more powerful than it is. And the canted flywheels are not going to have the effect that they're supposed to have because the flywheels are not going at the right RPM. So you'll get to see it shoot, but it's not going to be very impressive. The test firings I've done, it's been very underpowered and mind-bogglingly inaccurate as a result of the internals not having the right power that they're supposed to have. You can also see that it has a beautiful cosmetic kit. I will be adding orange tape to it before I actually ship it. He can take it off if he wants to. That's entirely up to him. But it has, of course, the Worker Chris Vector kit. It's currently got a Worker 15-round mag in it because they just look cool. It does have a Worker... Everything on here is Worker. Worker foregrip, Worker Vector kit, the full barrel on that, the full-length barrel with the silencer looking... or suppressor or muzzle... or flash suppressor. Neat-looking thing. Full-length barrel. Nice Chris Vector stock. It's a beautiful, beautiful gun. It has full auto kit in it. The batteries are up in the jam door, which makes them kind of hard to remove because you kind of have to take the whole front kit off, but the front kit comes off very easily, so that's not difficult. It's all bolted on and uses the original barrel attachment point. So I think it came out absolutely gorgeous. The color was his choice. He has a mask similar to mine, but it's painted in this color, and I was able to match the exact color because that particular shade of that particular paint brand is sold at Walmart, so I was able to find it and get it painted up. The only thing that I'm not absolutely pleased with is the clear window on the flywheel cage. Is getting some discoloration. I think it's from the motor. It might also be from the glue. But it's got a little bit of a smear on there, which that was something that was going to get scuffed eventually anyway when this thing got used. But I'm kind of bummed that it didn't come out as pretty as it could have, but hopefully they won't mind. Other than that, it's got basic detailing. I just went over all of the original markings in black just so it would it'd be fitting. Definitely needs to have the orange barrel or something in order to make it safe for use in public, because right now it looks very little like a Nerf gun because you can get guns in this color and there's not a whole lot of orange left on it. So something that you should be aware of and be careful with. Like I said, I will be putting the orange tape on the tip before I ship it, but whether he keeps it on will be up to him. He may be using this at private events, private property, who knows. He may be hanging it on his wall. Not my business, but it's not leaving my shop without at least an orange tip. So, there you have it. Let's go do a quick firing demonstration so you can see vaguely how it's gonna work. And I'm kind of curious about that myself, so let's go do that. Alright, here we are in my backyard shooting range. The first thing you'll notice is when it revs, it is ridiculously quiet, and that's partially because it's running on a 2S instead of a 3S, but that's also partly because of the metal cage and the aluminum flywheels, and it's all very well secured, and it is just, you can't even tell that it's revving. It's amazing as compared to my Stryfe, which sounds like a hovercraft going by when it revs up, and it's only running on Rhinos, so, or no, it's on the artifact motors. Anyway, all right, the first thing you'll notice is there's a very distinct metal ting every time it fires. So as you could clearly see, the performance was not spectacular. There were a couple of whirlybirds, and there were, of course, it's not getting the range and the velocity that it should be getting, and that's because I don't have the right battery for it, which the customer does. They're also probably going to need to get the expanded battery door. That did not come with this kit because it wasn't really necessary for this part of it, but they will need to get a hold of that because they are planning to put a fairly large 3S LiPo on this, which is what you're going to need for these motors. So hopefully it will all work out. If not, he may have to send it back and I'll have to tweak it. We will see. I'm still fairly new at this level of flywheel builds, and I do not like doing 180s. That's something that is going to be a hard line for me in the future. I will not do 180 builds anymore. Just, I don't like them. I don't like doing them, and it's not worth the aggravation and all of that for me. So, no 180s, but I will do 130 builds. Going forward once I do open commissions again. No, I am not opening commissions right now. This is one of a long backlog that I'm still trying to get through, and I don't want to take anything new until I've cleared my backlog and finished the 2 big projects that I'm working on for myself. But I'm finally making headway on all of that, so maybe in the fairly near future I'll be able to take commissions again. So look forward to that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'm sure I'm getting all sorts of details wrong on which motors and which flywheels and which cages and which batteries should be using. That is something I need to research and will then be able to do Monday mod tips on in the future. There are lots of videos out there already, but I want to do it just so I have a reason to do all the research, because I really need to look into that and get more familiar with motors versus batteries versus flywheel cages and all of that and how to tune it all, because I haven't done a lot of it and am not very good at it and need to learn. So you guys will get to learn along with me as I make videos of my trials and errors. So look forward to that. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, suggestions, put them in the comments section. Contact information is in the description. And as always, thank you for watching.